Hello everyone, my name is Luca Chung and welcome back to another reaction video. Today I'm here to watch a video called The Actress Kidnapped by Kim Jong and Forced to Make Movies. So this video was made from a simple history. This is a video that I was interested on it because from my last video I watched Kim Jong versus Starving Mass from North Korea, also made from a simple history. So in that video, I had mentioned about a event where actress and a movie director was kidnapped by Kim Jong to make movies for him. So I remember that there was a video like this made from simple history. So this is the video that I was talking about. So I haven't watched it yet. So today I'm going to check out. So yeah. So without further ado, let's watch it.
The actress kidnapped by Kim Jong-il to make movies for North Korea. The year was 1978, and a freighter was secretly heading from Hong Kong across the East China Sea to Pyongyang, the North Korean capital. On board was a most precious and unusual cargo, the iconic South Korean actress 52-year-old Choi Eun-chi, who had just been kidnapped by the North Korean Secret Service. Throughout the 1950s and 60s, Choi had been immensely popular in South Korea. She founded a film company with her husband and director, Shin Sang-ok, and made over 130 movies, winning numerous awards including the prestigious Grand Bell Award, which is regarded as the South Korean version of the Oscars. Choi's career suffered after her divorce from Shin. In 1978, in an attempt to revive her now failing acting career, she flew to Hong Kong to meet with what she thought was a businessman who wanted her involvement in a new film production company he was setting up. When she arrived in Hong Kong, she met the businessman who was named Wang Dong-il and was treated well, eating at luxurious restaurants. But strangely, there was very little business talk. Choi also noticed that there were always strange men following her from a distance taking photos. A few days later, she was greeted by a business associate of Wang named Lee Sang-chi, who was accompanied by her daughter. They were to keep Choi entertained while Wang was occupied with a business matter. After some sightseeing and shopping, Choi Eun-chi was lured by Lee to Repulse Bay for another potential opportunity to meet a businessman who would help her run a performing academy. But it was a trap, and all of a sudden two men grabbed Choi, sedated her, and bundled her into a speedboat. Choi Eun-chi had been kidnapped by the North Korean Secret Service.
Damn.
So why had this celebrity been kidnapped by the North Korean communist regime? Well, it was on the instruction of the son of the North Korean dictator at the time, Kim Jong-il. It was said he was mad about movies and not only saw their potential for spreading internal propaganda, but also to help promote North Korea and its values overseas. Kim Jong-il is said to have owned over 15,000 films. He particularly liked the James Bond movies and was a big fan of Sean Connery. He wanted to improve the North Korean movie industry, which he saw as full of ideology and dogma. And he was impressed by the movies of capitalist countries, even praising them because of the work ethic behind the industry. To do this, he felt he needed fresh, established talent from the capitalist South, which could transform the stagnant North Korean movie industry, and this became his reasoning for kidnapping Choi.
Wow.
Once Choi had arrived in North Korea after her abduction, Kim Jong-il imprisoned her in isolated, luxurious guarded accommodation. Then he spent the next 5 years trying to impress and spoil her by taking her to lavish parties, grand government ceremonies, and giving her expensive gifts. She was given a tutor to teach her of the virtues of the North Korean state, and much emphasis was put on showing her the cultural wonders of the regime over the next few years. Choi was taken regularly to operas, musical pageants, museums, and historical landmarks. In the meantime, Choi's ex-husband, Shin Sang-ok, a renowned film director with whom she had made some of her best movies with, became worried that he had not heard from his ex-wife for 6 months. So he decided to fly to Hong Kong to find her. Once there, he too was kidnapped by the North Korean Secret Service, who took him to Pyongyang. But he was treated more harshly and resisted being indoctrinated. After 2 failed escape attempts, he was put in prison for 2 years as punishment and tortured. It was not until 1983, during a banquet that Kim threw, that Choi and Shin were reunited by the North Korean regime and became aware they had both been in the same situation, kidnapped 5 years before. Kim Jong-il insisted they both started making movies together for his regime and demanded they both remarry each other to give the project an air of respectability.
Wow.
It's claimed that he wrote the first movie that Shin was to direct for him, in 1984, called An Emissary of No Return. It was a period drama set in 1907 about a Korean emissary who tries to win Western support against the Japanese occupation of Korea at the time. The movies Choi and Shin made were surprisingly varied, though most had an anti-Japanese or anti-capitalist undertone to them, such as 1985's moralizing fantasy musical, The Tale of Shim Chong. In the same year, Shin made his last and most expensive North Korean movie. This was called Pulgasari. It did not star Choi and was about a Godzilla-type creature running amok. A Japanese crew who had worked on Godzilla created the special effects after being tricked into thinking they were working on a Chinese movie.
What?
Overall, the movies the pair produced for the North Korean regime were cheap and poorly made, though one of the films, the 1985's Salt, did receive some acclaim. Choi won the Best Actress award for it at the 14th Moscow International Film Festival, and it also got surprisingly good reviews by international critics. Then, after nearly 10 years of being in North Korea, the couple managed to give their bodyguards the slip. On their way back from attending the 1986 Berlin Film Festival, they stopped in Vienna, Austria, where they escaped to the U.S. Embassy to request political asylum. For decades, the U.S. government was aware of the problem with North Korea abducting people. It's estimated that at least several hundred people have been kidnapped since 1953, though some sources claim the true figure is as high as 3,800 people.
Wow.
It's theorized that North Korea did this for a number of reasons, but chiefly to steal people's identities and get them to teach North Korean intelligence officers the customs and languages of their native countries. Choi and Shin were both granted asylum and lived quietly in America until 1999. Choi never made any films ever again afterwards. But in 1992, Shin did make the low-budget American martial arts comedy Three Ninjas Knuckle Up under the name of Simon Sheen, although it was a commercial flop. Eventually, they felt it was safe enough to return to South Korea. On their return, Choi was treated with much reverence and nostalgia that in 2014, she was awarded by the Order of Cultural Merit.
Okay, guys, so that's the end of the video. Wow, I want to say that well, this is a really interesting story to me. That they I'm surprised that they was actually that these two people are being kidnapped in Hong Kong. Like they came to Hong Kong and then they kidnapped by North Koreans. Well, but by the way, that just let you guys know that I'm from Hong Kong. I born and grew up here in Hong Kong. Yeah, so I'm a Hong Konger actually. but my English is good. Even though my mother tongue is Cantonese, but my English is good actually. So So he said about there's a movie called Pulgasari, so it's a North Korean Godzilla movie. So it's a North Korean version of Godzilla, huh? And also I'm surprised that they say that that the movie Pulgasari say that it was help with the Japanese company who make Godzilla, make the suit, and they say that the Japanese company who work on Godzilla thought that they're making a Chinese movie, so they didn't know that they're helping North Korea making movies, right? And also at the end, he say that they both escaped. They went to the U.S. and then since that they never make any movies anymore. So well, I guess there is one reason is that they still have maybe they don't make movie maybe because they got a PTSD. Maybe that after they have been through a lot on North Korea. Maybe they don't want to do it anymore because they maybe those memories, those past when they're in North Korea making movies, maybe still haunt them like that. So I think maybe the reason why they didn't want to make movie was because they when they like, I think like maybe like when they talk about movies, they will have a flashback, think back the things that when they're kidnapped by from North Korea and make movies for North Korea. Well, this is an interesting story, but hang on, I want to do some, I want to have a look at about the movie they say about say called Poker Sorry. Let me have a look first. Okay, guys. So I just do some research about the movie Poker Story. So here it is. So Poker Story is a 1985 North Korean kaijun film. So kaijun is a Japanese word, means monsters. So so this movie also have the help with Japan, with the Japanese company who work on the Godzilla films. So and I'm surprised that they actually have a Japanese poster of this movie. Like this movie is made from North Korea, but they also say that the movie had released on Japan in July 4th, 1998. So the movie was first released on North Korea at 1985, and then later on released on Japan on July 4th, 1998. So I'm surprised that they actually like released on Japan. Well, I think I was thinking about that, like if movies made from North Korea, maybe that they will not show this on the public, like maybe like because like that North Korea is an isolated country, like they will not show their things from the outside world. So I'm surprised that this movie actually that have released on Japan, because like I say, they have the help with the company who work on Godzilla to do the effects for the monsters. So and I found there's a full movie of Purgatory on YouTube. So so maybe I would so I think I will watch that movie too, because I just saw that they actually have somebody release the full movie of Purgatory on YouTube. So I think I would like to check it out to watch that movie, or maybe that maybe do a reaction on it. Yeah. Alright, guys, so I'm going to end the video. So I hope you guys enjoy. If you did, please leave a like, share to friends. Also, if you guys want to see more, please subscribe my channel, hit the bell button so you will know when I have new videos come out. So also make sure to share to your friends and family to see if you guys want to see more videos from me. So, and also one last thing. So like I say, I found the movie Poker Story on the full movie of Poker Story on YouTube. So so if anybody wants me to do a reaction on it, so tell me on the comments, okay? So that's all I want to say. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye, guys.